I have the great Temple Emanu-El. I also am immediate past president of the New York Board of Rabbis and the president of the North Jersey Board of Rabbis. And I've been involved in all types of programs that reach out arms to people of different faiths and backgrounds, including religion, and involved at the Hartman Institute in Israel, which is an Emanu-El, which is the Muslim Leadership Initiative, strengthen the ties between our faiths and our two backgrounds. I think the role of religion is one where, like religion in any environment, if we misuse religion, it can be turned into a weapon. But if used properly, it can be a blessing and a gift. So I think the role of every politician, in particular the role of the President of the United States, is to share and allow them to express faith in the way that's native to them. If they're Muslim, Christian, if they're Orthodox, not Orthodox, even if they don't, to find a place for them where they can use their religion and feel comfortable and safe. I think that's the beauty of what religion and politics has to offer. And I think when we look at the common values that Christianity has with Islam, with Judaism, there's a love of life, there's a love of humanity, the other. All of those things are common and core, where I think politics can really come together and share in those common values. We've terrorism, radicalism existed in many different forms. We've had it since the time of the Bible and the Quran all the way till today. The way to is to take any of the deterrence possible, whether it's with physical or this radicalization through the means of the internet, and to curtail it where and when we can. That's number one. We need to let the terrorists know they can't win. That's number one. We need to do, and I think critically important, is that when radicalism happens in the name of Islam, those who love Islam and know about Islam and what about Islam, it's a religion of love and support and kindness and understanding, and in does it support or promote these ideas of hatred. Those people who understand that value need to speak out in condemning it louder than anyone else. They need to say more than anyone else, I don't stand for this. This isn't the value I believe in. And when radicalism happens, it's me, the radical, stand up and say, absolutely not. This is not what we believe and not what we stand for. And when radicals Christianity, we had this a few years ago. Radicals were who performed abortions. They were killing and stopped killing. It's the Christian leaders that have to stand up and say, absolutely not. This is what I stand for. So I think that two-pronged approach of being strong in our defense, vocal in leadership, we stand in to say, this isn't. Well, I agree with part of the Abraham. If we all come to him, that means that you're my brother. Figuratively. That means that Abraham was the father of both Isaac and Ishmael, the continuers of Judaism and Islam. And there's a sad poetry that happens in the Jewish tradition in the Bible, and that is when Abraham, Isaac, and Ishmael later split up, and they come back together once, and that is to bury their father. And I only think, what would happen together if their father was still, if the beauty of his two together, working together, celebrating together, hugging together, not just to bury. So much in our religion. We have words that are in common, values that are in common, teachings that are in common, components of the core community. The stories are a little different. The values are the way we treat the same. Exactly. So, like anything in life, it's easy to find things that don't work. It's easy to parts that are broken. It's to say, I don't like that, or work. So many components of your life, of my neighbors in the Palestinian Authority's life in the West that are similar. If we spent a little bit more time, as trite and simple as it sounds, to focus on commonalities and to make it work, it'd be a good place. I have people who come in this very office as a rabbi, and they talk to me about issues they have, relationships with their brother or their sister, their spouse. And I say to them, I know you have this issue with your spouse that you don't like A or B or Z, but let's talk about all the things you do like. The ideas you love about your spouse, reasons why that person is. And when you start to change the way you think, but in what works, it changes our disposition. It's important for us to focus on pieces, obstacles to get around, but nothing has a sense of perfection to it. And I'm sorry to be so long-winded in this answer. Religion in which I practice, so absolutely. So during the Passover, which is a happy, festive meal, pour a little bit of our cup. So our heart we should not have remembered the through with the plate. When we sweating the happy in our lives, sweating we remember of the temple. We celebrate the very reflective day of Purim. We say L'Shana Haba B'Yerushalayim, next year in Jerusalem. That means we inherently in Jerusalem is always going to be brokenness in what we do. So we can look at you, you're really perfect. That's something to be very happy and proud of. And if I can look at my relationship with my Palestinian brothers and sisters, and my Christian brothers and sisters, and say, we pray differently, and we pray in different places, but our hearts and values are what we care about matters. Values we want to pass on to our children matter. What we want them to inherit matters. That's much more in common than what divides us, and let's focus on that. And it's a foundation for us to build upon. I define Muslims, define every person, and that is, I look at every benefit for the good. There is good in every human being. Our tradition, and my Jewish tradition, tells me, Dan lekaf zchut, give every benefit of the doubt, give them merit. I don't judge a people based on one person's behavior. I don't want you to judge me based on radical behavior of Jewish faith, of either how they dress or how they treat one another. Muslim faith based on the small radical happens through their jihadi behaviors, because that is not representative about what the Muslim people are about. Someone who has visited both Turkey and other in the Middle East know Muslim people, at their core, good people, value, who want to give their children a better tomorrow. That's what I want for my kids. So I judge each of them individually. Now, I interact with my common Jew, and sometimes a person in front of me, not a good person in front of me. And sometimes in the world, it happens as well. But I always see, when I look at Muslim as the world of Islam, a religion that is in the same traditions as Judaism and Christianity, that are indeed able to values our values. And yes, there are turbulence, ripples, challenges that happen sometimes in my faith and us, faith leaders, people who have the ear of those doing the that you're doing. This is what we believe in. This is what we stand for. And love is more powerful. And we share love, and that is our core teaching. More people what your nation's doing. These books is what sharing with everyone potential is. I think the notion of, which is about the messianic, is in the election, a fascinating that so many people latch on to, and I think that's core to your religion. I think it's core to my religion. It's no that the theme, that the anthem, state of Israel, so many our hope, and even today, part of our hope. So I think hope in coming to help us and redeem us shows our responsibility to bring that idea of the Messiah, belief in a hope of a better tomorrow. If we didn't hope, we wouldn't try to be better people. Word, and that's what matters most.